Shri Mukesh Kumar Goel is the chairperson, Joint Electricity Regulatory Commission JERC for the state of Goa and Union Territories. Shri Mukesh Kumar Goel was born on the 17th of September 1956 to his most revered parents, late Shri Madhuram Goel and late Srimati Padmavati Devi, in a dark kitchen with no windows of a small house in Gango, a town in district Saharanpur. Though he belonged to a humble middle-class family, Shri Mukesh Kumar Goel was destined to make it to the top of the corporate world. Of the three siblings, he is the eldest with two younger sisters, Rita and Vinita. He loved and respected elders and youngsters in the family alike. Even after 65 years, he has not forgotten his roots and remains a humble and grounded person. Just like the old house in Gango, which still stands strong. His sheer hard work, honesty, dedication, as well as a loving and helping nature propelled him into the top ranks of Indian public sector, particularly the power sector. Since his childhood, he was a very organized, sincere, and a pragmatic student. He was known for his cleanliness and orderliness. Even as a young boy, he stood by his principles and was very punctual. He had deep and earnest respect for his elders, which translated in blessings for his bright future. His mother, late Srimati Padmavati Devi, had a graduate degree which was unheard of in her times. His father, late Shri Madhuram Goel, was the only literate person out of 6 siblings and did his post-graduation in economics. He went on to join Life Insurance Corporation of India at that time, when it was just a startup company with only a few employees, and was posted in Kanpur. Later, he was posted in Gango, near Saharanpur, where Goelji was born. At school, Goelji was a brilliant student. He secured first division in 10th board exams. He did his 9th and 10th from Vishnu Inter College High School, Bareilly, and 11th and 12th from Government Inter College, GIC, Kanpur. His childhood days were full of fun. He took pleasure in spending time with his chosen friends as well as his family. In the evenings, he used to take out his bicycle and get samosas, kachoris, or chaat pakori for everyone at home. Goelji, as well as his father, wished for him to become a doctor, and so he took up biology in 11th standard and worked hard. Though he couldn't clear the medical entrance exam that year, the following year his father advised him to continue working towards his dream, while also encouraging him to hone his skills in mathematics. This time he studied more meticulously and took both medical and engineering entrance exams. He cleared his engineering entrance exam with flying colors and went on to become an electrical engineer. His college days were quite hectic. Cycling his way up and down to college for 4 long years was not a small task. But finally he earned his electrical engineer degree from Harcourt Butler Technical Institute, HBTI, Kanpur, now a university. His sister Vinita recalls that he was very good in drawing too.
ड्राइंग बनाते थे ना, जो वो बनाते थे अपने प्रोजेक्ट्स चार्ट पेपर पे, जो बनाने पड़ते थे, ग्लास लगा के एकदम नीचे पेपर बिछा के फिर लैंप जला के एक एक लाइन पतली पतली स्केच करना बहुत बहुत अच्छी करती थी.
I met Mukesh Goel on the day one of our classes in HBTI. We were not only the batchmate but also the benchmates. We used to go to cafeteria to enjoy a cup of tea or coffee or snacks together. We used to share our class notes as well as home assignments. At times, we used to study together. Mukesh was a very meritorious student. I used to go to his house, meeting uncle and auntie. Sometimes I used to enjoy the food there also. Our friendship is continuing since then. We went in wilderness for quite a good time period because the communication system were not as good and efficient as they are today. I have never met a person like Mukesh who is very humble and kind in nature. I wish him very best for the life ahead.
Seeing his meritorious academic record, he was offered a scholarship to do M.Tech from a prestigious Canadian university. Everyone in the family was elated to hear such a big news. However, his mother was not happy. She was not very keen on him traveling overseas. And, as destiny would have it, he could not get Canadian student visa that time. He then decided to get into corporate world and finally began his career with a basic job with Religare in Kanpur, but kept trying for greener pastures. When he got his first salary, his mother was so thrilled that she bought a dozen silver coins with Lakshmi Ganesh engraved on them and distributed them in her family and relatives as a good omen. Those antique coins are still the prized possession of some relatives even today. Mr. M.K. Goel got married to Manju Goel on 14th April 1984. Manjuji came with her brother to see Goelji at his house. She felt so at home in the first meeting itself that she herself went to the kitchen, made tea for everyone and served it too. Her affection and jovial nature impressed everyone in the family. Once Goelji saw her charm and caring nature, he promptly decided to spend the rest of his life with her. Without any delay, the date was set and their wedding took place a few months later. Goelji settled down with Manjuji and they were blessed with 2 children. His elder daughter Mansi was born 1 year after marriage and younger son Manuj was born 2 years later. Goelji finally got a chance to fulfill his long-standing wish to go to Canada, this time not for studies but for an official project. There he also celebrated his daughter's first birthday with pomp and fervor. Since then, he has been a dedicated husband and a doting father. Both children were raised in a conservative Indian household, imbibing all good virtues their parents had inherited from their illustrious lineage. His mantra to his children was simple living and high thinking, which also played a key role in his tremendous success. Today, Mansi Goel is a senior analytical professional working with American Express, happily married to Akshat Shankar, a mathematics master from IIT Delhi, who comes from a family of intellectuals and is great-grandson of Shri Babu Gulab Rai Ji, the great Hindi scholar. Akshat Ji is a senior fund manager, working as a vice president at EXA XL. They were blessed with a son Amay, born in May 2015. Goelji loves to spend time with him, take him on walks and enjoys playing with him. Manoj Goel is an applied statistics master's, working as a senior manager in Fidelity International in model risk, while his wife Sukriti Goel is a PhD in bioinformatics, with her research focused on cancer drugs. She is currently working as a scientific manager at Accelera. Goelji's better half, the woman who contributed equally to his success, was no less learned herself. She completed her BSc, B.Ed and M.Ed before becoming a devoted mother and a homemaker. She was a loving soul, highly educated, ahead of her times in moral thinking, soft-spoken but straightforward, and a perfectionist. Her selfless efforts of running the house efficiently, child-rearing, inculcating values with just one aim of raising kids to become valued individuals was no less than a highly held official position. She was the biggest support of Goelji, and her untimely demise was really shocking for everyone. Even distraught, Goelji stood strong for his family and took charge to look after the sanctum she left behind. Goelji was a motivated man since the beginning of his career. His untiring efforts to land better and better jobs in the initial days of his career resulted in NHPC, one of the largest power generators of India, hiring him as an assistant manager in Delhi. His father was elated with his new job. However, during that period, he was sent to join PFC on deputation of 2 years. Goelji as well as his father were inclined to move back to NHPC, as PFC was a small company back then, though his wife Manjuji was positive about it and gave him strength to strive days and months and years. And then there was no turning back. Goelji started loving his job, his colleagues, his company, and never stopped working hard with all his sincerity and dedication. It was his right attitude and unflinching hard work which led him to achieve great heights in his professional career. During an illustrious career spanning over 40 years, Shri M.K. Goel has got awards and recognition galore. Some of the noted awards and recognition are Shri M.K. Goel, former CMD PFC, receiving the prestigious Rajbhasha Kirti Pratham Puraskar in the category of Region A for the year 2015-16 from former Honorable President of India, late Shri Pranab Mukherjee, in the presence of Shri Rajnath Singh, Honorable Union Home Minister, and Shri Kiran Rijiju, Honorable Union Minister of State for Home Affairs. This award was received by PFC for third time in a row for excellent contribution made for implementation of the official language. He received India Pride PSU Award 2015-16 from Shri M. Venkaiah Naidu, Honorable Union Minister of Urban Development, and Shri Radha Mohan Singh, Honorable Union Minister of Agriculture. Shri Piyush Goel, Union Minister for Power, Coal and New Renewable Energy, felicitated Shri M.K. Goel, CMD Power Finance Corporation Limited, for PFC's remarkable contribution in the power sector during second annual summit, the Economic Times Power Focus, on 9th January 2015. PFC received Dun & Bradstreet Corporate Award 2015 in the category of FIs, NBFCs and Financial Services Infrastructure Finance Company. He received a prestigious award from Union Minister of Urban Development, Mr. Venkatesh Naidu, during a function, Scotch Award 2014. Former Honorable President of India, late Shri Pranab Mukherjee, presented the prestigious Scope Gold Trophy for Best Managed Bank, Financial Institution or Insurance Company for the year 2012-2013 to Shri M.K. Goel, CMD PFC. PFC was felicitated during Swachh Bharat Abhiyan 2015 by Shri Piyush Goel, Union Minister of Power, Coal and New Renewable Energy.
Good evening. I'm indeed delighted to give this message for Shri M.K. Goel, who after serving the nation for 37 long years will be retiring as chairman of the JERC. He's a wonderful, compassionate human being who has truly demonstrated his capabilities and ability to run large organizations. He was chairman of Power Finance Corporation of India when I was the power minister and played a very, very important role in the growth and development of the power sector in India. And clearly, as the chairman of the JERC, where he's been doing regulatory functions for the last 5 years, he has truly done some phenomenal work. Over the years, Mr. Goel, an electrical engineer from Kanpur University, has demonstrated the highest value systems which a good government official should have. Values like the spirit of service, dedication to duty, and a very passionate view towards the sector, towards his industry. To my mind, it's very difficult to get such officers with this kind of commitment, with this kind of ability, and therefore soon after his tenure with Power Finance Corporation got over, and a tenure in which PFC grew very rapidly, grew to be a very eminent organization. It was ranked the largest non-banking financial company based on net worth and the 5th highest profit-making PSU by the end of financial year 2016. He was a natural choice for chairman of JERC. I think his work over the years speak for themselves, and the kind of reform-oriented work that he has done will be remembered for many, many years. Personally, he contributed very significantly to the power sector reforms under the Ujjwal Discom Assurance Yojana, the UDAY scheme. He was an active participant in the Power for All, under which we were able to take power to the remotest villages and corners of the country, ultimately leading to Saubhagya, to ensure every willing consumer gets power, and of course the Integrated Power Development Scheme, the IPDS, which was conceptualized along with the Power Finance Corporation and the Ministry of Power during my early years in the ministry. I think bringing light to anybody's home is the same as bringing hope and joy to their lives. Mr. Goel has played an important role in bringing light in the lives of millions of people. I wish him very well in the years to come. Retirement doesn't mean he's retiring from active life. I'm sure he has, given his good health, he has many, many more years of service, whether in the public sector, whether in the social sector. I'm sure he will continue to make a mark for himself and for the country. I wish him all the very best in his second innings. And as they often say, the best is yet to come. My good wishes to you, Mr. Goel, and to the entire family. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you.
मुकेश जी, आपके रिटायरमेंट की बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं। मुकेश जी, मैं ये उम्मीद करता हूं, एक तो ये कि अब आपका ये थर्ड राउंड है, 2 पारियां आपकी हो चुकी हैं, तीसरी पारी आपकी शुरू हो रही है। और मेरा जो एक्सपीरियंस अब ये कहता है कि अब आप नए सिरे से अपने रिलेशंस पे ज्यादा ध्यान दें और उनको ज्यादा से ज्यादा अच्छा बनाने की कोशिश करें, तो आप बहुत खुश रहेंगे। मैं कहूंगा कि आप अपने रिटायरमेंट लाइफ को बहुत अच्छे से एंजॉय करें। वैसे आप अपने हेल्थ के लिए हमेशा से बहुत केयर करते थे, आगे भी आप अपने हेल्थ के लिए ऐसी केयर करें और बहुत बढ़िया रिलेशन सब लोगों से मेंटेन करते हुए बहुत अच्छी लाइफ गुजारें। धन्यवाद।
मुकेश जी, मेरा आशीर्वाद हमेशा आपके साथ रहेगा और इसी तरह से आप अपनी जिंदगी में खुश रहें।
हेलो मुकेश जी, बहुत बहुत बधाई आज के दिन की आपको। अब आपने जितने अच्छे से ये जीवन बिताया है, आगे भी उतनी ही खुशी और अच्छे से आप अपना जीवन व्यतीत करें और सबसे खूब प्रेम से मिलें। और सबसे पहले मैं ये कहूंगी कि रिटायरमेंट के बाद आप सबसे पहले बैंगलोर आइए और हम सब लोग घूमने चलेंगे और आप अपने स्वास्थ्य का और पूरे परिवार का अच्छे से ध्यान रखेंगे और आगे आगे बहुत खुशियां मिलें, यही ईश्वर से कामना है। बहुत बहुत बधाई, बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं।
Happy retired life, Jira ji, and enjoy a peaceful and joyful life.
जिया जी, आपके लिए छोटा सा परफॉर्मेंस हम लोगों की तरफ से
छोटा सा परफॉर्मेंस।
Okay.
हैप्पी रिटायरमेंट।
वही तो बोलना भूल गए, आज जीजा जी की रिटायरमेंट की पार्टी है, आज फूफा जी के रिटायरमेंट की पार्टी है,
आज मुकेश जी के रिटायरमेंट की पार्टी है।
Though he has been a high-ranking technocrat all his life, he remained a very humble and modest person. Without caring for luxury, he chose to live a simple life while dedicating and concentrating on doing his job well. He has been an outgoing, supportive person who always treated everyone in his company equally. He maintained an open-door policy for all his employees, irrespective of their position in the company. His humane side always impelled him to do good for all, especially for the helpless and underprivileged. Today, his shining career, filled with laurels galore, is testimony to the fact that where there is will, there is way. Post-superannuation, he plans to spend time with his family and reconnect with old friends while working to contribute towards betterment of the society. Let us all pay our respects and clap for M.K. Goel ji's successful completion of the first innings of his life in the Indian power sector. As he prepares for the second innings in his life, we all wish for his health and happiness and look forward to his continued love and guidance.
जिंदगी की यही रीत है, हार के बाद ही जीत है। जिंदगी की यही रीत है, हार के बाद ही जीत है। थोड़े आंसू है, थोड़ी हंसी, आज गम है तो कल है खुशी। जिंदगी की यही रीत है, हार हार के बाद ही जीत है।
हार के बाद ही जीत है।